Hi guys, welcome to another episode of SCN. On today's show, we're going to be giving you the 5 golden rules to protect you when buying privately online. And to finish off with, we're going to show you a clip on how not to part with that asset of yours. Now, Surf4Cars has been going some 13 years, and we pride ourselves on being one of the safest places to buy and sell online. Now, there's a couple of rules you need to follow. The golden rule, of course, is if it looks too good to be true, it is too good to be true. If you're looking at a car and it's advertised far cheaper than anything else online, be careful, have a good look through it. Now, the second rule is always find out while the seller is selling. There can only be a few reasons why a guy's parting with a car. Either he's bought himself another car, he might need the money, could be getting divorced. But the one reason for selling you want to avoid is if somebody's got a vehicle that's got a big mechanical problem and they're looking to part with it. You need to understand you do not want to be the recipient of a car that's going to need tons of reconditioning. Now, the third rule as well to follow is you need to check to see if the car is financed. There's a lot of cars being bought and sold privately, but a lot of those cars are financed. So ask the seller if the car is financed, and if so, with which bank. You need to understand exactly who the registered owner of the car is. And on that point, you can ever only pay the registered owner of the car. You'll find yourself in a lot of hot water if you've bought a car from a guy who isn't the registered owner. If there's a dispute, you're never going to be able to get your money back. So rule number 4, and our second last rule, is where to meet a seller. Now, in the ideal world, you want to meet a seller either at their place of work or where they live. That'll give you a lot more sense of security around the deal. Now, not all sellers want to do that, so you might have to pick a venue that's going to work for both of you. Now, when picking the venue, the time you pick the venue is also critical. There's no point meeting somebody during peak hour traffic and expecting to do any kind of test drive. So pick a time that's not going to be during a congested period. And also, the route you pick is as critical as the time. You want to pick a route that allows you to drive both on the highway and on the back roads, so you can really give the car a good workout. And before getting into that car, the all-important pre-inspection needs to take place. Check the tires, make sure they're roadworthy, check the windscreen, and also check the license disc on the car. If the license disc is expired, that car may not be insured for the duration of the test drive. All of these things need to be taken into account. Rule number 5, our last rule, and possibly the most important, is payment. Now, no seller wants to part with his car until he's been paid in full, and no buyer wants to pay in full until they've got the car. Now, this is what's known as a Mexican standoff. Now, there's several ways to overcome this, but at Surf4Cars, we recommend a company called Modafin, who will facilitate the entire transaction, protecting both buyer and seller for the duration of the negotiation. So to recap and sum up today's 5 golden rules, the first rule is this: if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. The second rule is find out why a seller is selling the car. The third rule is make sure the car is not financed and find out whose name the car is in. The fourth rule is make a plan on where to meet the seller. The fifth rule, and probably the most critical, is make sure your interests are protected through the entire transaction. Now, you've read the book, you've seen the movie, now meet the cast. Gone in 60 seconds. How not to part with your car. Nick Cage couldn't have done it better himself. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button and check out the original video on the link below. I've been Nick. It's been real. We'll see you soon.
Surf4Cars. See you later.